In this episode of Talking About Orcs, we're going to be going over the Warboss. So the Warboss is the cornerstone of a lot of different army builds. And he's fairly cheap and fairly deadly, but again, lacks a little bit of survivability, like most of the Orc stuff. So the Warboss is a single model, armed with a combi weapon with rocket launcher, power claw, 2 sluggas, and stick bombs. Interesting, it has 2 sluggas. Can you fire both of them in the same shooting phase? Probably. Because they are both pistol weapons, so I assume you'd be able to fire both of them. But he's got movement 5 inches, weapon skill 2+, ballistic skill 5, of course, strength 6, toughness 5, 6 wounds, 4 attacks, 8 leadership, and a 4-up armor save. So that's pretty much it. I mean, those are the stats. Pretty much the same stats he's had forever. Except, of course, they do have the +1 strength that they used to over what they used to have, thanks to always being furiously charged. That's pretty much universal on all the Orcs. Warrior options may replace its combi weapon with rocket launcher with a weapon from the shooty list, which basically comes down to a combi weapon with Scorcha or a custom shooter. And you can save a lot of points by going with the custom shooter. Yeah, it's actually 10 points less. So that's a good way to save a lot of points over something you really don't need, which is the combi rocket. The replaces Power Claw with a big chopper. Again, it doesn't sound like something you'd probably want to do, but if you do that, not only does it, again, drop the points quite a bit, but now you can also take the Head Wampus Kill Chopper if you want to as a relic. So, which is still a very decent weapon, able to do just flat out 2 mortal wounds on a 6, which is not bad. And it may take an attack squig. Attack squig gives you 2 more attacks at strength 4 minus 1 AP, 1 damage, and it's free. So there's no reason to not have always take an attack squig. I mean, it's 0 points. I mean, it's one of those no-brainers. You should always have an attack squig. So basically, this model is based off the Gruk Face Ripper model. That's what they put the options are on here, because that's exactly what Gruk Face Ripper has. He has an attack squig, a combi rocket, and a power claw. So if you go out and buy the Gruk Face Ripper model, you can just use him as a Warboss. That's just straight out as it is. So as he sits, he's 90 points. If you drop down his weapons to the big chopper and the custom shooter, he drops to a mere 72 points, which is a bargain, especially with the damage potential output of the Head Wampus Kill Chopper. So what makes a Warboss so important are his 2 abilities. Of course, he does have Here We Go, Mob Rule, Deka, so he can use Leadership 8 on any surrounding unit, which is better than 6. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, it means he can also use Mob's leadership. So if someone's using like a Mind War or some other leadership-based target that can target a character, he's going to be leadership 30. And nothing stops a LR player from casting Mind War like telling him you have leadership 30 on your Warboss. So we have WA, friendly clan infantry units. Within 6 inches of this model at the start of the charge phase can charge even if they advance this turn. This is the single most important ability in this book. Straight out, even better than Deka. This allows you to run, this basically is the linchpin to a horde army, allowing you to advance and charge at the same time. And that's amazing for whatever clan you're playing. That is, and of course, it does only affect the clans that match the clan that the Warboss is in, or the culture. So, obviously, I think the 2 best ones for that are going to be Evil Sons, because then they can advance and so now your boys have 7 plus D6 inch movement, and then can still charge. And if you give them shooters, well, then they can still shoot at full ballistic skill and then charge. And that is just absolutely insane, no matter how you look at it. This is one of the models that makes Evil Sons just as absolutely stupid fast as they are. Goths, of course, is a good choice simply because of the sheer amount of attacks you can put in there, and especially if they're Scar Boys, you want to get those into combat absolutely as fast as possible, and that's how you do it. You run and charge. But again, no matter what clan you're playing, if you're playing infantry that's going to try and run across the table, Death Skulls is a good one. Give them that 6-up invul save. They get a better chance of making it across the table without having to worry about staying within range of the KFF. Same with the 6-up Villain Pain of Snake Bites. And it says clan infantry. So this does apply to grots. Because remember, the grot limitations are stratagems, not abilities. So this will still apply to your grot units, which is important if they can run and charge, absorb that overwatch, and then get out of the way so the boys can come in and do some damage. So yeah, anything can use this flaw ability. And the other one is Breaking Edge. Again, this is absolutely stupid, insanely good. Exactly like it was in the index, though. Breaking Edge, if a clan unit fails a morale test within 3 inches of the friendly clan Warboss, the Warboss can restore order with a brutal display of violence. If they do so, the unit suffers D3 mortal wounds, but the morale test is then considered to have passed. There's no situation where you need it that it's not good. One of the most important places that this Breaking Heads ability, I think, really shines is when you're talking about Killicans. Killicans have a low leadership, and if you're running full units of 6, you lose a model or 2, you have a chance of losing more models. Not wounds, but whole Killicans. So if they fail leadership, using Breaking Heads on Killicans, again, this is a clan unit, not a clan infantry unit, so you can use Breaking Heads on cans and grots and anything else you need to. So Breaking Heads, again, absolutely fantastic ability. That alone is worth taking a Warboss more often than not, because you stack on the mob rule and the Breaking Heads, and your units are just not going to run away very often. Especially if you say you've got just a knob and a couple boys left, you've lost like 20 models that turn. Go ahead, use your Breaking Heads on them, kill the boys off, and then mob up the knob to another unit of boys. So now you've got 2 power claws in 1 unit. That's not really good or anything. And he's only got 2 keywords: Orks and Clan, Character, Infantry, Warboss. Not a lot going on here as far as, weapon options or keywords, but it doesn't need them. The Warboss is an absolute center pin, a linchpin of your Orc army. Just able to deal out tons of damage with either Power Claw, or if you upgrade him to the Killer Claw and give him the Warlord trait, Brutal but Cunning, he's going to be absolutely deadly against anything he touches. Or the Evil Sun's Warlord trait, where your infantry units can fall back and then charge again. Absolutely fantastic, especially if they've already advanced up the board very quickly. So, and again, so the base cost of this guy is 90 points. You give him the minimum war gear, which is the custom shooter and the big chopper. He drops to a mere 72 points, which is an absolute bargain for the 2 abilities that you get on him. So, if you're planning on running infantry, if you're planning on running Dread Mob, a Warboss is an absolute must-take. Any questions? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching this episode of Talking About Orcs. Please subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications for new Talking About Orcs videos every Wednesday, new battle reports every Friday, and hobby videos whenever I can. Thanks for watching.